Hello friends, this is Casey with the Tutu Artist Studio, and I want to discuss with you today what we are trying to initiate on the Tutu Artist Studio podcast, and that is a fabric swap, potentially shop, but right now I'm going to focus on the swap and the donation. I have got so much fabric in my storage that I actually inherited from my mom about 6 years ago before they moved from one home to another. And my mom was a sewist and she's now retired, and being the dutiful daughter that I am and thinking that I was absolutely going to use every single piece of fabric that she ever gave me, I took it from her. Instead of doing what I should have thought better of, was immediately helping her donate that 6 years ago. So it's now just about springtime and I am trying to get into my storage unit and go through all of the potential fabrics and potential belongings that I need to destash, declutter, organize, or use. And a huge portion of this is that there is so much that for me in the industry that I am in, a lot of this fabric is not useful to me. So I have decided that today is the day I'm going to be a responsible steward of our environment, and instead of tossing things in the trash, I am going to send all this fabric to a reclaim center, and their name is Fab Cycle Vancouver. I live on the West Coast in Canada, and Fab Cycle is actually online. They do live unboxing events, and I love watching them. Made minimal purchases just because if you ever saw my storage unit, I've got too much fabric on hand. But I'm going to donate every single scrap of fabric that I have pulled and culled out of my storage unit, and I'm going to box it up and send it across the water over to Vancouver. So I will show you just how much this is. So here is the donation. It is so much, it is actually curving up the stairway from our storage room. Every single one of these bags is stuffed full of fabrics. I've got a few here on bolts. I've got a lot of lycras in here, things that are just a little bit out of date, colors I no longer use, and a little bag of trims. So all of this is going to be donated. Now, while I have been cleaning out my fabric stash, I also had a chance to go through and really take a look and feel and remember a lot of the fabrics that I have bought in the previous years. And I had a chance to try and see if there was anything that could be retained and used within the next year. I've given myself 1 year to use the majority of these fabrics. And I'll just show you my photo. These bins here, they're all itemized by color. These are the fabrics that I'm going to keep because these are the pieces that I have continuously been pulling from and using these colors over and over again for customers. The reason I am keeping all of these bins is because I do sew for local dance studios, and I do a lot of Lycra. I do a lot of Lycra sewing. For me, Lycra is second nature. For me, it's a really quick turnover, and so I have been collecting just simple yardage, nothing too extravagant. So every single one of the pieces in those plastic bins that you see, they are about 1 yard and no more than 2 yards in length, and they will sell throughout the next season. So that's what I've given myself, is 1 season. Anything that has not been used by this day next year will go over to my donation bins. So I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm really happy that we are initiating this fabric swap and fabric donation idea. I'm not at the level yet where I can put together an organization through the city of doing a kind of like a garage sale feeling to a fabric swap. But right now I feel that my responsibility of allowing someone else to be able to utilize many of these gorgeous pieces is through me inheriting something that I paid no money for. And I want to give that out to someone else who is in need of the use of some fabrics, maybe either to clothe themselves, their family, their friends, or to help them start out on their path to initiating their own small business. And if you've got any fabrics in your stash that you would like to maybe list on our page and get it known out there that it is available for other tutu makers, maybe that is something that we could help initiate with you to get some exposure. Use the hashtag Tutu Artist Studio, hashtag Tutu Artist Studio Podcast, And one more, hashtag Tutu Artist Studio fabric swap. All right, friends, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.